Guys, this is Ginevra Style here. Welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, it has been so long that I've said Ginevra Style that it's like it's so strange to me to come back. I actually was thinking of quitting. Like, I didn't want to make any more videos. I was not inspired because I was so busy with so much in my life. I was planning to go back to school, but then I decided to not go back to school and focus on my career and my job and not take any loans or anything like that. So I just felt very pressured, and it's still a kind of process. I could still go back, but I'm a little bit hesitant, and I will not go back to school. I'm already educated. I have a bachelor's, I have a master's. There's no reason for me to come back to school for another degree, or even to switch careers. It's not something that I'm looking forward to. I thought that I was inspired to do it, but then I changed my mind. So thank goodness I did. Otherwise, I would have been in great debt because of it. For today's video, I wanted to review The Little Mermaid. I actually watched it with my husband not too long ago. I think it was this past Saturday. It was 2 days after it was released in theater. Overall, I was very surprised. If you haven't seen my video reaction of the trailer, I can link it down below, and I did express my concern about the actress. I had some critiques regarding her looks, her hair, the color of the hair, some of the graphics, and that everything was kind of a no for me. Even the top I didn't quite like, and so some of the looks, the aesthetics of the mermaid I didn't quite like, except her voice. Her voice was great. Her voice was on point, even in speaking voice and not just singing voice. But I have to say, watching the movie, first of all, it was a longer movie than I anticipated. It was like almost 2 hours, so I really appreciate the length of the movie. I wish Disney movies are longer because I quite enjoy them. The hair, the color of the hair, I would have preferred it was either natural hair, like a natural hair color, or a much brighter red. I don't care how maybe unrealistic that would have been, but I don't care about realism in a fairy tale, no matter if it's a movie or it's an actual fairy tale in a book. I'm expecting to see a fairy tale coming to life. I don't really care if it's realistic or not. And honestly, there are brighter red hair colors, so I don't understand why they made it such an orangey tone. I detested the hair color, and I still do. I still don't like the top, but I believe I know why they did it that way, because in The Little Mermaid, in the actual cartoon, it's actually quite revealing. It's like a bra and 2 shells, and you can see a lot, and I think they wanted to be very much reserved. And also The Little Mermaid in the cartoon, it's like very tiny. She's 16-year-old, she's 18 in the movie, and the breast area is quite voluminous, so she has a nice chest, she has a nice asset over here. Unfortunately, with something more like smaller, like 2 shells, it would have been like a little bit too revealing for a Disney movie, and it might have not been appropriate for children. So I think they wanted a top that was a little bit more, you know, conservative, and I appreciate that, and I understand why they did that now. Okay, and that's one thing. The tail, I kind of like changed my mind on the tail. I actually loved the movements of the tail. I loved how the actress used it, and the CGI, everything. The voice was perfect. I have no critique on the voice. I'm not a professional singer or anything like that. I don't know anything in that regards. I cannot judge her performance like technically, but she was spot on. She was spot on. The voice was perfect, and it was beautiful to hear, and it was a lullaby to me, like to hear her voice. So on screen, she was the perfect princess to me. So she's a Disney princess, and she acts like a Disney princess the way with that kind of innocence and livelihood, and not carelessness, I will say, but because she's very compassionate, but carelessness, like that feeling of lightness, that's what I mean. She kind of captures that very well in the movie, so I really appreciate that. Acting performance, I thought she did really well, and it was not a really difficult performance to do for her, I think, because I think looking at her interviews kind of matches her personality a little bit, very bubbly, so I'm sure it was like natural for her to act like that. Character I want to mention is Eric. So Eric did get a little bit of criticism, I think, because he wasn't black. Always about race with this movie. I actually thought, well, let's put it that way, it would have not made sense because Ariel is the Little Mermaid, but Ariel is also a fictional character, so they could have played, anyone could have played it, honestly, there's no rule. But Eric is white in the cartoon, so if I saw a black man where playing Eric, I would have been like, okay, now it's kind of obvious they did race switching. Instead, by maintaining at least the human being, right, the most real thing that you can have in the movie, played by someone as in the cartoon. I liked the screen time in the movie between the two. I liked the attraction, I liked the attachment, and I thought Eric was an easy role because, like I said, because of the material. So there would have been many people that were able to play Eric, and why not choosing someone that reflects the cartoon, the way cartoon portrays them physically? And they got it right, because they also, as the Dimples said, like the Eric in the cartoon, I actually noticed that, so the act actually quite resembles that cartoon. So they really did really a good job about hiring this actor. I knew this actor before. I've watched some of his work. He's a fairly new actor, and he's actually a good actor. So more people have been praising his singing and the song itself, also the passion. The song is gorgeous. It's actually a beautiful song. There's so many additional songs in this movie. They're amazing, and I love these additional songs that they added. I know they have changed a few things, including the lyrics of the Kiss the Girl, to make it more consensual. I didn't quite notice the changes, I swear to God. I was mad when I heard that we're going to change the songs, but I did not notice it, so that means it's not really important, I guess. I truly did not notice the change. So if you guys know what the change was, let me know. I did not notice it. So I would love to know what the change was, but I was not mad about it because I couldn't even notice where they changed, what part of the lyrics they changed on the song. Now, with regards to the other actors, like the mermaids and the human side, they were all great. I don't have any complaints. I really loved it. They were a great addition to the movie. Some of them were not present in the cartoon, so they were new characters. Triton, it was good. I didn't think he was as facially expressive as in the cartoon. It's very hard to match the facial expressions in the cartoon because they're cartoons. You cannot play with drawing with these exaggerated facial expressions. In the movie, they're more realistic. You don't have these exaggerated. It's like it's not theater. It's supposed to represent real life, and real facial expressions that are not as exaggerating as in the cartoons because they have to be as more noticeable. And so yeah, I thought everything on that regard, he was a good actor. So he's a good actor, so I have no problems with the actor. He's very popular, it's very good, and it was quite dark but very sensitive in the end. But like I said, not as expressive facially as the cartoon. Ursula, oh, I forgot Ursula. Ursula was amazing. She was really great. I loved her singing. I loved her voice. Like I said, the vocals here are really strong in this movie, and yeah, she fit the character pretty well. She was very sarcastic, and I love Vanessa, whoever interpreted her as a human. I thought stole the show. I really was watching. I was waiting for scenes because everyone was talking about how good she was, and I was like impressed. I was really impressed. She was very captivating. I hope she gets other jobs because she was amazing. Even in the small shots that she was in, she was really good, really good. And in terms of the context, actually this movie is shot in Sardinia. As you know, I'm Italian, so I was happy to learn that that's the paradise where they decided to place the people in, and it's supposed to be in the Caribbean, but let me tell you, Italy, the island Sicily and Sardinia, the water, it's like the Caribbean. It's just like it's like the Caribbean, and many people don't know that, but it actually is. It's even better in my opinion because it's Mediterranean, it's the sea. Anyway, so I was really pleased to learn that, and I loved the castle. I loved the background, the context, the dancing. I loved it. It was very lively movie, and it's not exempt from criticism in the sense that there were problems in this movie. I think there were things that were cut that I think they need to be cut, especially the wedding. There was the wedding scenes in the end, that was cut. The transformation to that beautiful blue dress, shining dress, that was cut, and that was odd why they cut that. There was a big opportunity there that was missed. Yeah, there were some things that I don't understand why they cut them from the movie. So that was strange. And yeah, so some things regarding the farewell. I really like the farewell, like the ending scene, because it kind of presumed there will be a sequel, and also it's like a metaphor of Triton letting Ariel go. And so yeah, that was interesting. But like I said, the wedding dress, that blue dress, those are missed opportunities. So I don't understand why they did that. They could have done very easily someone getting out of the water with a beautiful blue dress, wet blue dress. Sorry for the, background, but my phone just died, so I had to finish off my review. So in summary, I'll definitely recommend you guys to watch it and give it a fair shot, because I think the movie doesn't have all the politicking, all the political crap that sometimes add in the movies, just to make a statement. It's a very genuine movie, and the effects also are really great. I think they are better in this movie than in Aquaman. The effects in the water are some of the hardest effects you can ever imagine in movies. Like the graphics in the water are really hard, and replicating the water and objects in the water, floating in the water, extremely hard to do in graphics. I think this is one of the hardest, if not the hardest thing to do, and that's why it's still kind of like a work in progress. It's not perfect. It wasn't perfect at times, especially the hair. I couldn't stand the hair floating around. But anyway, I think it was good to great, and the graphics were really much improved compared to other movies like Aquaman. So I definitely encourage you to watch it. It's a very honest movie. I think even the romance part, it's a very romantic movie, and I love the romance in this one compared to the cartoon. I think, like I said, Eric was very masculine, and he was a good companion. She's the hero, and she does all the heroic thing, but I don't think she took away too much from Eric. Yes, the final blow to Ursula, Ariel, hit her with the boat, and not Eric, so that's different from the cartoon. I didn't quite mind that. That change was fine. I was not mad about it. It would have not mattered to me, either or, because they were together and they were fighting together. So I think it made sense, because Ursula is Ariel's enemy. It's not Eric's, it's Ariel's, so it made sense, narration wise made sense. But anyway, guys, I'll leave you here. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the movie, if you have watched it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.